much everybody for joining us tonight on this lovely Wednesday evening. I hope that everybody is nice and warm wherever you are. I had to just take my jumper off in Coffs Harbour. I don't know if you can believe that or not, but I know that everyone else is in their hoodies. We do have the heater going, so probably could turn that off. But yes, hope everybody's nice and warm. We will be together here on Zoom for about an hour or just under. And I would love you guys, if you've got a question or think of something midway through, just come off mute and, you know, butt in. There's no silly questions. If you're thinking about something, somebody else is probably thinking the same thing. So just chime in, give me a questions, throw whatever you want my way. And we're having a really close look at the TM6 tonight. So I know some of you have got TM5, some of haven't got a Thermomix yet at all. So tonight we are looking at the TM6, which is our latest model Thermomix. So just checking, Shane, you have hit record. Excellent. We always forget that. Before we get started, I will let you know how much the Thermomix is. If you could go to that slide for me, please, darling. Thank you so much. I have got my darling husband helping me tonight. So the Thermomix is $2,579. We have got lots of different payment options, and we will discuss those a little bit later in the demo. But of course, if you want to talk to your consultant about what's the best option for you, your consultants will be more than happy to help you work out what the best one is for you. But we've even welcomed Hum to our payment options as well. So we really do have something for everyone now. So Shane, if you could just, we'll let everybody know the current special that we have going. And my kids are upstairs running around, so we're not having an earthquake, it's just them. So at the moment, when you purchase a TM6, you actually can add a bowl blade and lid set for just $29. So normally $395, and at the moment just $29 when you buy your TM6. But we have another special as well, which will probably be of interest of those of you who told me that you've got a TM5. So for our TM5 customers, we've actually got our trade up deal happening at the moment, which is our best trade up that we've ever had, which is really exciting. You save $300 off the price of your Thermomix. You get a free second bowl blade and lid, but the real kicker of this deal is that Thermomix are actually letting you keep, gift or return your TM5. So depending on your TM5's condition, you can return it back to Thermomix to be ethically recycled, you can gift it to a friend, or you can actually just keep it and have two Thermomixes, which what is better than one Thermomix, and that is two Thermomixes on your bench. So yeah, so that's a really great loyalty discount for our TM5 owners. So without further ado, let's get some cooking happening tonight. We are making tonight the Chinese chicken, what's it called? Chinese chicken, this is Kerry Miller's favourite, Chinese style chicken, there we go. And I have actually told the Thermomix that this is what we're having tonight. When I did that, I actually made a quick shopping list and ticked off what we already had, and I only had to get a couple of things from the shops this afternoon to make this. So I'm going into the recipe, which is on our COOKIDOO platform, which I'll talk about a little bit later, and I'm just going to hit start cooking. Now, if you're someone that likes to be organised and get all of your ingredients out and all of that, you can actually hit the little down arrow, and you can go through your ingredients, and it actually has, you know, all your tips and tricks and everything, exactly like if you looked at it in a cookbook. But you don't even have to get your cookbook out. You can just hit start cooking and start going. Okay, now cooking with the Thermomix is pretty easy. Well, I shouldn't say pretty easy, it's very easy. It is just following the steps, okay? So the first step for this one is to insert my simmering basket. That comes with your Thermomix. Pop your simmering basket in, pop your rice into your simmering basket. This is a great meal because it's an all-in-one, so you really are utilising lots of bits of your Thermomix, or all the bits of your Thermomix actually, and you're cooking a really all-in-one meal with this one. So I've weighed my rice in. I then want to rinse my rice, so you can just take it out, take it over to your sink, and let the water run through your rice just to make sure it's all nice and wet. And then back in your bowl. Okay, and then we're going to put our water in. Again, you could just take that over to the sink and do it. Or you could just pour water all over the front of the Thermomix like I just did. But luckily, it's splash proof, so we're all good. Radio, and we're going to put, I'm actually not going to even worry about the salt in that. I don't worry about that. Now, we're popping the lid on that. And we are going to put our veggies on. So we've got our water and our rice. And now we're going to put our aroma on. Again, it comes with your Thermomix. This is your steaming attachment. And we're going to put our veggies in here. So while our rice is steaming, our veggies are cooking as well. So I've got half of a brown onion, which I've just sliced up. And a carrot. And you could use whatever veggies you want, whatever you've got. I know Kerry's even, when she makes this, if she doesn't have fresh veggies, she uses frozen veggies. You could do whatever you wanted. And it's got a really nice sauce, so you could get away with using frozen veggies because your sauce goes over the top, and you know, to take away any of that taste it might have of being a frozen veggie. Rightio, and then we pop our lid on and we start cooking, okay? So now that has just set the time. If you just show the screen there, Shane, you might, maybe, if you're lucky. I'm just going to leave. So I was talking to myself for a little while before we realised that nobody was there. So let me just tell you what I've done. I put all the veggies in. So all my veggies are in here now. And we even went and, maybe it's the showing the screen camera, Shane, because that was an issue we had another time. So let's not do that because that might be the issue. But what I was saying is, because I'm in a guided recipe, the Thermomix has set the 10 minutes, the aroma temperature, and the speed of that the blades are going. So now I've got 10 minutes where I could leave the kitchen, I could prep my next, what I'm doing next, or I could go and do a load of washing, or yell at the children, or whatever I could do in my 10 minutes. So this is where the time saving comes into play with the Thermomix, because we don't actually need to be in the kitchen stirring or keeping an eye on a pot. Like if you had a pot of rice on the stove, you wouldn't really probably go too far away. But you've got rice cooking in your Thermomix, you can leave and you're all good. So now, do we have any questions so far from anybody? You can also type in the chat if you don't want to come off mute, but if anyone wants to come off mute, you can do that also. Any questions so far? Okay, silence means I'm covering everything and no one's got any questions. Excellent, rightio. So when I was talking about COOKIDOO before, let me just explain a little bit about COOKIDOO to everybody. COOKIDOO? Thank you. Okay, so cookidoo.com.au is our one-stop shop for all of our recipes. It's a little bit like Netflix for your recipes. It is a subscription service, and every Thermomix recipe that's been made for the TM6 is uploaded there. So you don't have to buy cookbooks or anything like that for your Thermomix now. You just have the COOKIDOO platform and it's all in one place for you. Thanks, Sally. Within COOKIDOO, you've got like over 30,000 English recipes at the moment, and they're adding to that all of the time. So you can search by an ingredient. So if you just had one thing that you wanted to use up, or you could see that it was on special or whatever, and you wanted to find out recipes to do with that ingredient, you can do that. We've got lots of different categories and ways of eating. So, you know, you might be looking for dairy-free or gluten-free or something like that. Or obviously your favourites, you can bookmark your favourites and also popular recipes. So the popular suggestions of what other people are cooking is often what people love to try as well. So like I said, they're getting added all the time. The recipe's getting added all the time. And you're really keeping up to date with what's happening as well without having to buy those extra cookbooks and stuff. So on the screen now you can actually see a meal plan. So I know Cherie was interested in this part of COOKIDOO. When you create your week in COOKIDOO, you get to choose each of your day, what you're going to have, and you just sort of drag and drop those in and save them on what day you're going to cook them. And then what COOKIDOO can do is make a shopping list for you, and you can then go into the shopping list and tick off what items you already have, and then obviously you're left with a shopping list of what you need to purchase, and then you can share that shopping list. Now there's a couple of different things you can do with the shopping list. So you can send it to yourself or to your husband to grab the groceries. Or you can actually connect it to Woolworths online and do either the delivery or the click and collect with Woolies. Or you can even print it off if you wanted to do that. Or like some people do, they just leave it in the app, and then when you get to Woolworths, you just open your COOKIDOO app up and your shopping list is automatically in there for you, and you can actually tick it off as you walk around Woolworths as well. COOKIDOO 3.0, which is our latest update to COOKIDOO, has made it so that we can also add our own recipes. So if you have a family favourite recipe, might be Grandma's chocolate slice, you can actually convert that using Grandma's recipe to COOKIDOO, and it means that Grandma's recipe is going to be there step by step for you to actually cook with your Thermomix. You can also add that to a meal plan and then be able to do shopping lists and all that kind of stuff for that. The other good thing in COOKIDOO 3.0 is you can import recipes from other places. So you can import recipes from the recipe community. You can also tweak recipes. So that recipe that you see there, Wesley's #1 burger, that's actually a recipe from COOKIDOO, and Wes has just made a couple of different changes to it, and then he's made it his own recipe. So you can tweak them. If you always leave the coriander out at the end of a recipe, you could just tweak that recipe so that you don't keep getting coriander on your shopping list, to delete the coriander off if you like, or whatever. So you really are in control of how you use COOKIDOO and also how you use the Thermomix as well. So thank you, Shane. We do COOKIDOO lessons. So every month we do offer our TM6 or all of our Thermomix owners a free tutorial with COOKIDOO. So there is lots to learn about COOKIDOO. Our next one I think is the 12th of June. It's during the day, and come along to these ones. This is a really good little session. It only goes for about 45 minutes, and everybody at the end shares their favourite COOKIDOO recipe, which is actually my favourite part of it, because if there's 15 people on, you end up with 15 recipes to try that someone's actually recommended is a really good COOKIDOO recipe. So it is a real winner, and you can really get to learn more about that meal planning and making the shopping lists and saving all your recipes and really managing COOKIDOO, because if anything, we probably have too many recipes in COOKIDOO. Like, we're never going to get through them all because there's just too many. So you really want to find the good ones and the ones that your family like and that you can cook easily and all the rest of it, and that you like, that work well and everything for the way you want to use the Thermomix. So yeah, is there any questions about COOKIDOO? Or Tatiana and Kerry, I didn't actually introduce you guys as consultants at the start, but you're both consultants. Tat's a consultant down in Sydney. I'm going to say near Penrith, is it, Tat? Are you? Yeah, look, it's in that that area. I don't really know Sydney very well. And Kerry Miller is a consultant up in Dorrigo in northern New South Wales. So, girls, have you got anything to add about COOKIDOO that I might have forgotten? Speak now, you've got 42 seconds.
What about being able to share your creative collection?
Yes, that's actually brand new, only a couple of weeks old. Thank you, Kerry. I knew there was something. So now, when you make Grandma's slice recipe and you upload it, and you want to just share that with a couple of your favourite family members, you might not want to put it on your Facebook page for everybody, unless you do. Grandma's fine with that, then that's fine. But you can actually share that link to your recipe, and that means that your friends can actually have that on their Thermomix as well. So you can also share collections. So if you make a collection of, like, you know, all your favourite dinners, you can share that with a friend when they get their Thermomix as well. So. Oh yes, and scaling. Thank you. My husband's chimed in with scaling. Hang on a second, I'll tell you about that in a sec. I'm a bit out of practice, I'll tell you. Where did that spatula go from before, Shane? Anywhere? Anyone? I'll use my other spatula because I can't find my Thermomix one. Okay, so it's just telling me to give the veggies a stir. And now it wants me to put in my snow peas because it knows that they take a little bit less time to cook than the rest of my veggies. So I'll pop my snow peas in there. And we'll go on for another 5 minutes. Now, as my husband just mentioned, scaling recipes on COOKIDOO. So if a recipe says that it's for 4 people, and there is space in the Thermomix for it to be for 6 or 8 people, then you actually can go in and scale the recipe up. And likewise, you can scale the recipe down. If it's a recipe for 6 and there's only 2 of you, you can actually scale the recipe down now as well. So that's a really good new feature as well. Actually, it's been around for a little while now. And with those recipes, not every recipe in COOKIDOO you're able to do that, only the ones where they've been tested. So obviously it's a bit of a task to go through and retest all of those recipes with different amounts. But the recipe development team are working their way through it. So so far the whole basic cookbook's been done, and all the new recipes that are coming are coming through with that scaling feature available. So yeah, that's a good point. And COOKIDOO, I forgot to mention, is $69 a year. But when you get your TM6, it actually comes free for 6 months. Everyone can hop on and get COOKIDOO free for 1 month to have a trial and have a look at the recipes, which I really do suggest that people do that so that they can have a look at what kind of things people can make in the Thermomix, because it is quite endless what recipes we have for the Thermomix. So hop on to cookidoo.com.au and start a free trial, and then like I said, you get 6 months when you buy your Thermomix, and then it's $69 a year after that. So it's probably your cheapest subscription that you'll have, and probably the one that you'll use every single day. So yeah, anything else that I've missed, girls? Speak now.
Hey, Shorts.
What's your favourite thing about COOKIDOO, Kerry? Or Tap? I'll ask you after, Kerry.
I like the menu planning and the shopping list. I just love that I can send it, and then, because we click and collect, so I don't have to worry about it. Just sit down, plan it, go through the cupboard so I don't buy extra, and then it's Woolworths done.
Yeah, yeah. And I love that when I do my list when I'm sitting at my computer, but then I can grab my phone and I can actually walk to the pantry, and I'm actually in the pantry and I can see what I've got, because I hate getting home and buying something and then unpacking the groceries and going, oh, I already had that. Like, you know, I didn't need to get that. So that's what that can stop as well. What about you, Tat? What's your favourite thing about COOKIDOO?
Being on a gluten-free diet, it's so easy to find because every recipe has tags.
Yes.
So I'm not searching with the word gluten-free in the recipe name. I'm searching with the tag
The tags,
gluten-free.
yeah.
And
Everything that's gluten-free is tagged gluten-free, so you know exactly which recipes that you can have. So that's really good. When I say that going to the pantry is my favourite thing, really I should take a step back, and actually having step-by-step instructions on my Thermomix is probably my favourite thing, because we get a bit spoiled and we take that for granted. But if I had to talk, and you know, often it's controlling 3 children and a husband and a crazy time at dinner time. If I had to do all that and be reading a cookbook, I would get lost and wouldn't know where I was up to or whatever. But I can be cooking and Shane can come along and hit next, and he knows exactly where I'm up to in the recipe. He might chuck in the next thing for me. So even the 10-year-old can do that. So having that step-by-step cooking is really handy. Okay, I've only got a minute, so I don't really have time to go on to the next thing, but I'd love some questions from our guests. Anything Thermomix related. It doesn't have to be about COOKIDOO. Ask me a question. Come on, Fiona. You're the only one I can see. Fiona's going to come off mute and ask me a question. She's like, no, I'm not. I don't usually force people into speaking, so I won't force you, but I'd love some questions. No? No, look, Fiona's left. She's turned her screen off. Maybe she's trying to find the chat button. It's okay, Fiona. I won't take it personally. Now, in 5 seconds, this is going to ding at me. Oh, and we've got someone in the waiting room too, Shane. There we go. It's dinging at me, which means that I can come back from whatever I was doing, the load of washing or yelling at the children or whatever it was, and the Thermomix needs me again. So for that whole time, I didn't need to be in the kitchen. And now we're going to pop our veggies in a thermoserver. So our thermoservers are part of our host rewards. So we reward our hosts very well, but I will talk about that in a second, for sharing the Thermomix joy with their friends, like Fiona and Natasha and Christina have today. I think that's all our hosts today. Anyway, so look at that. Our veggies are beautifully cooked there. Oh, look at that. Don't they look nice? Beautiful. I'm putting the lid on. Our thermoservers keep our food hot or cold for 2 hours. So we'll pop them aside. And now we're going to remove our simmering basket and our rice. Shane, I really need the Thermomix spatula now, because I need my little hook. Is it just here somewhere? I think it just fell here earlier. Thank you. It's like Dickie D. Oh, I'm really showing my age now, aren't I? I had to get glasses last week, so I turned 40 in March, and I now can't see 2 feet in front of me. Okay, so now I'm going to get my simmering basket out. Now, one of the great things also, COOKIDOO, being on a guided recipe, is if it gets to like a tricky bit that it thinks that you might not know, it actually has a little video. Shane just did the camera, so hopefully you can all still hear me. Just give me a thumbs up if I'm still live. Oh, good, excellent. Anyway, it gives you a little video of what to do. So, you obviously don't have to watch that every single time it comes up, but if you're not sure how to use the spatula and the simmering basket, you've got a little video there to help you as well. Okay, so there's our rice. Now, the Thermomix rice is perfect boiled rice, okay? It's actually steamed rice. And so all of the starch, which someone told me the other day is really good for your hair, so I don't know, that's the starchy water that I've just poured back in there. The starchy water is now in my Thermomix. I will just throw that out. But apparently that's really good for your hair. But the good thing is that it's not in our rice, okay? So we can pop the lid on that, and that will keep nice and hot as well. And now we'll continue on with our recipe. So if you didn't want to watch the video, you can just go next. And now we're going to keep going with our recipe. So we're going into our Thermomix bowl. As you can see, I haven't washed it up. I've just emptied it out. We're going to go in with some olive oil and our chicken. Where's our chicken? And that's just 300 grams of thigh chicken. So this is a really good budget-friendly recipe as well, because it does make quite a lot of food with not much meat as well. So you can obviously do this if you wanted to double the chicken. If you wanted it to go further, you could do this step, and then you could empty the chicken out, and then you could do another 300 grams. We don't want to double the chicken all in here because we won't get the same sizzle result. Now, that's been going for not even 20 seconds, and you probably can hear. Can you hear that? So we're actually sizzling already. So that is a really quick, it really heats up that chicken really quickly. So while that's cooking, so we're just going to do that for 5 minutes. The chicken's going to cook in there for 5 minutes on our high heat. So the TM6 gets much hotter than any previous model Thermomix, and that's how we are able to actually brown this chicken and cook it in 5 minutes. So while we're doing that, let me quickly talk about host rewards. So as I touched on before, just for the girls inviting 2 friends along to our online demo, they qualify for one of these items at the host price. And if their friend decides to purchase a Thermomix from their demo, they actually get it for free. So the thermo server that I just used, and also the white thermo servers there. We've got our oval thermo servers in either silver or black. We've got our vacuum seal system, which I haven't actually brought back down here to show you, but our vacuum seal system is a really good system that we've got to prep food and also to keep food really nice and fresh in the fridge as well. So we've got our blade cover peeler, amazing. The glider board. Now, one of our people, now who was that? That asked Christina. Christina asks about how the glider board works. Now, is Christina on, Shay? Sorry. I'm sure I've seen her name.
Yes.
Yes, excellent. So I'll come back to me in a second and I'll show you that. All the other things on our list, we've got 12 months COOKIDOO subscription, so you can do that every year. So you don't actually have to pay $69 for your COOKIDOO. If I was you, I'd be having at least one demo a year because you could have one every month if you really wanted to. And just for inviting 2 friends along, you actually get your COOKIDOO reduced to is it $20, Shane? You've just covered up the price there. Yeah, $20, I thought so. And we've got our baking mat and our oven mat, which is really handy if you're going to do any kind of dough work, and our kitchen toolkit, which our kitchen toolkit is our real, really good quality knife, scissors, ice cream scoop or fruit scoop, or whatever you want to call it, and it's a really great thing to have in your kitchen as well. So I think everybody needs one of all of the things. So, I don't know how many are on the list, but that's how many demos you need to book in. And that's how many times 2 friends you've got to think of for your demos. Now, for Christina, because Christina's question was, how does the glider board work? Glider board, that's what we call it, isn't it? Yes. I have to check with my husband, who is not a Thermomix consultant. Okay, how does it work? Well, as you can see here, my Thermomix is on a glider board, and if it was to move, or it won't move, okay, because it's really, it's really stuck to the bench. But if I wanted to move it, I could actually tilt it back onto like the little legs at the back, and then it just glides around the bench. So this is really good. Hopefully I'll put that right back where you had it, Shane, so that your cameras line up. But this is really good if you, probably not on a bench like this, but say if you had a kitchen bench where you wanted your Thermomix to live over there, but you actually wanted to use it here and you had to be dragging it to where you were using it. We don't recommend you dragging it when it's on its feet, because the feet are part of its scales. So if you use the glider board, you're actually protecting the scales and, you know, the motor from any vibrations or anything like that. So the glider board is really handy if you need to move your Thermomix around. So Christine, I hope that demonstration was enough for you, but if you need some more instructions on that, just give me a bell tomorrow and I can help you if you're not sure how to use yours. Oh look, she loves it, great. So yeah, if it's not moving for you, you're probably just not tilting it up quite far enough. You might still be on that front grippy leg, but if you have a look underneath, you'll see what I mean, and tilting it up on the back and moving it will be your go. Okay, now my chicken's done, yay, and I'm going to pop that in. I might put that in another thermoserver. So you actually need 3 thermoservers minimum, okay? I would normally just chuck it in with my veggies, but I did go a little bit overboard with my veggies tonight, and it's a bit full. So, rightio. So now my chicken's cooked, and I'm going to grab it out, and I wanted to grab it out with tongs, but I didn't grab my tongs. But you don't want to, when you're doing this recipe, you don't want to get all the, I've got my oil and my little bit of chicken stock in there from my chicken. I actually want to leave that for my sauce, so I don't want to pour it out because it will, I will lose that goodness. Rightio. So, like I said, not much chicken, but it actually goes quite a way once I stir it through my veggies. Okay, which I'll do in a sec. Now I'm just going to, it says use tongs. It tells you everything. You don't actually have to know any of these things that I'm saying. It tells you everything in the recipe. So what it wants you to do is give your base a little bit of a scrape. Scrape, scrape, scrape. And we just go next, and now we pop in some of our ingredients for our sauce. So our sauce is a piece of ginger. So you can use whole piece of ginger, no garlic, jarred garlic or ginger in this. Some garlic cloves, it's asking for 2, so I'm adding 5 because that's just garlic math. And we are going to mix that for 8 seconds. So this is actually going to chop that all into tiny pieces. So I'll show you that in a sec. In 8 seconds actually. Excellent. And then it wants us to scrape down the sides. There's our garlic and our ginger all into tiny pieces. And we're going to give that all a scrape down. And this sauce is so delicious. What I was saying before when I said that Kerry uses frozen veggies for this one, I'm sure this is the recipe that you told me that you sometimes use frozen veggies for, Kerry, isn't it? Kerry, listening to me?
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to get my fat fingers to get me off mute, love.
Oh,
I do.
right.
I use the bird's eye stir fry ones.
Yes.
It's an 850 gram pack, and it's the Oriental one. So it's got all your broccoli, yellow beans, carrots, sugar snap peas, water chestnuts, and red capsicum.
Yeah.
You can grab them for about $6 on special, and you only use half a bag per standard recipe. So,
Right. Well,
and they're all chopped up ready and
done.
yeah.
So what I was saying when I got disconnected before, so I've just put in some honey and some rice wine vinegar. What I was saying is because this sauce is so nice, if your frozen veggies did have not the best taste, they're not taste quite as good as fresh ones, because this sauce goes over them, you can't tell, can you? That's why this is a good recipe for that. Rightio. Now, I've put some corn flour in there and we're going for 2 minutes, speed 3. So again, you can start washing up, tell the kids dinner's ready, we're about to serve. Now, quickly, 3 minutes, I'll tell you about the payment options for your Thermomix as well. Thanks, Steph. So like I said before, 2579, only 2279 if you're a TM5 owner. We've got all of the one-off payments, so your credit card, debit card, Afterpay, PayPal, Hum, all of the Zip Money. We've got so many things. We're registered for the NDIS. We're pretty much any way you want to pay for a Thermomix, we'll take it. You can even direct deposit it into our bank account. So we're very easy to get along with when it comes to paying for your Thermomix. We do at the moment have an offer where you can join Thermomix and your business kit, normally $150, is only $75. So for those of you who've got a TM6, you can start a business for $75. Those that don't have a TM6 yet, we do a really great earn program where you just pay a deposit, get your Thermomix and start selling. So if I can do it, anybody can. So if you're interested in that, please let me know at the end of the demonstration as well. Now, payment plans. It's all a bit full on now that we've got Hum as well, but basically Hum and Zip are both 24 months interest free. With Zip Money, you don't have to pay any deposit, so you just start paying the month after, and you're paying about $27.12 a week, a little bit more if you add your bulb blade and lid, or a little bit less if you are a TM5 owner. With Hum, you actually pay a 20% deposit, and your payments are obviously a little bit less because you've already paid a bit of your Thermomix off. So depending on what suits your budget, we can chat to you about the different options there as well. We also have got the Easy 3 payment plan, which is our own payment plan. Unfortunately, our trade-up people can't do this one, but if you're buying a Thermomix outright, you can do this one. It's $1,029 up front, and then $800 the next month, and then $800 the month after. So that's all of our payment options in a nutshell. And guess what? Our sauce is ready. So if we were going to make this look pretty, which I was going to do, but I can't seem to find my oval thermoserver. Let me just show you how I would do this. Have I got a bowl, Shane? No, thanks, darling. That was meant to be your cue to run and get me a bowl, darling. Anyway. I did take all of my nice servingware up to Primex. We went to an agricultural show last week, so that was fun, but I'm still unpacking. Rightio, so a little bit of our veggie, a little bit of our chicken, and obviously our sauce. Now I would normally, if I was doing this, I would normally put all this together and stir it through. Oh, the rice, Shane, thank you. Thank you, darling. You would probably want to put your rice on the bottom. Look, I've never said that I was like a hatted chef, okay? The whole idea with the Thermomix is you don't actually need to know how to cook. Rightio. Look, so now I'm just having the rice on the side, which that's the way you do it, isn't it? Come on, work with me, people. Rightio. Okay, so now you've got your rice. So you can see there's quite a lot of serves in here. And then I would actually pop my sauce and my chicken all together and stir it around. So this would already be stirred through. So all my veggies would be covered in that, but today I'm just going to give it a little drizzle. And we are done. So there is our Chinese style chicken. Don't know what angle's better there, darling. How's that? Oh, there we go. And we've done that hands-free, not needing to be in the kitchen the whole time as well. So you could probably say goodbye to the recording, Shane. Thank you.